Hello, everyone. I welcome you to another learning workshop. In our workshop today, I'll teach you a simple technique through which we learn to prioritize our life when we find ourselves a bit overwhelmed with too many things going on at the same time. Let's get started. To do this work, I would want you to pause this video here, grab a pen and a paper, and I shall explain you how we get moving with our next steps, which are simple but powerful, and that would help you identify your priorities. These set of questions you could use to feel more in control, you could use to kind of evaluate any area of your life, which can be across work, home, and this is for the very purpose why these questions are deliberately vague. So you don't really have to think a lot. Just trust yourself and write down whatever comes to your head. Before we get to the questions, here to further simplify this, I bring to you this wheel. If most of you who are my clients and those who've been through coaching may know about the concept of wheel of life. So what I've done here is I've further simplified it. When you feel overwhelmed and you would really like to prioritize, you could make use of this wheel in addition to the questions. This wheel is basically representing your life, where at one end it's your health, both physical and mental, your work, job role, all others in your life, which is the external world that includes your neighbors, your friends, your acquaintances, then your personal self, where it's all about your personal growth and learning, and then your family, spouse, and children. Now, there are no hard and fast rule, friends. You can add whatever you want to this wheel. This is one of the most common used wheel of life where you could use this to clarify your priorities. So the additional part here is once you have this wheel in front of you, you can pause the video here. Think about what is it in life where you feel you're having an issue. Like, let's say you have a lot going on in your head, there's a lot you need to do. So this lot is like kind of overwhelming you. And the best way is to put this on paper under these categories. So if you feel there's a lot that you have not been learning or giving time to yourself, you can put this under this heading, self, personal growth, or learning. If there is something related to your family, to your spouse, partner, or your children, you can put that here. If it is to do with your physical health or mental health, you can put this here. If it is to do with your work, job, role, earning, you can put it here. This categorization, this very act of segmenting it, will further help you prioritize your life and also understand which area of your life you feel is getting neglected or which is is in need of priority. The all others here are all about your acquaintance, relatives, your in-laws, your friends, your network, your community. And if you find most of what is occupying your head falls here, you can very well understand that perhaps this is not what your priority list should be. And maybe there's something here which you're not paying attention to, or which could be related to your health or your family. So putting your list under these segments can further give you clarity. This is an optional thing. If you really want, put it. If you don't really want, you can also skip this. Now, moving to the main area, these are those deliberate, vague questions which will help you find your priorities. Now, one thing I would also like to clarify here is this is not about your goals per se, but this is about trying to declutter a lot that's going on in your head and trying to give it a structure so that it helps you focus and channelize your energy to things that really matter. So, some simple questions which will help you understand, and you can do this at any given point in time. Uh, Sit with these questions, pause this video, take 3 deep breaths, and try and answer them. Quite simple, but you need to do a lot of self-reflection here. So we begin with what needs less attention. Now, question like this, it's also not related to just one area of your life. Like as you just saw in the wheel, you can go back to the wheel and maybe answer it there or just to your own self and later on add it to that wheel. What needs more attention? How would you like to spend your time more? And what is missing in your work that should be there? So these abstract questions are like open-ended. They basically are trying to help you refocus, find your center again, and find your priorities in a life which has kind of having too many things overlapping each other. The questions continue, and here we have few more which talks about your work, like would your work colleague agree? So whatever you have on your list, write it here and then ask yourself, would your work colleagues agree? Then would your friends and family agree to what you're doing right now? What is the most important to you right now? If you could do anything with no limits, what would it be? Once you have finished answering all these questions, after a good deep self-reflection, then it is time for you to take your answers and put them back into the wheel and see which area of your life these answers fall into, which automatically will give you clarity about which area of your life needs your priority and which area of your life is getting neglected or is being neglected, and you need to refocus your priority there. I just kind of took one word a term from those questions and try and put them here in this wheel just to give you a glimpse of how it might look like. So once you've answered those questions, put them across and just self-reflect and get to learn which area of your life need less attention, more time, less time, what your colleagues would agree, what you're doing right now, what is more important to you in your life right now. Would your family and friends agree to what you're doing right now? Anything that you would do, if it has no limits and you're like free to do it. So would you try doing that? So answering these questions and plugging them or tagging them in here to each of this wheel will help you understand the neglected area of your life, understand what your priorities are, basis on which you can then move forward and create your priority list. This way, it helps you declutter your mind, come up with priorities, and once you're done with this, once you have this list with you, I then urge you to keep this list pin up somewhere where you can watch it or see it or view it every single day, so that when you get something else in addition to it, you understand that it's not part of your priority and you can park it for now and you don't take some additional work on your plate. Instead, park it for some time, come back to it when you feel you're done with your priority list. Well, I hope this small workshop will help you using the simple tools and set of few very powerful questions, find your priorities, and give you the peace you deserve, both to your body and to your mind, and help you plan ahead. Thank you. If you need more help and want to get more organized or need help in your life in any of those areas which are neglected or areas that you want to further probe further deep and understand it better, here are my coordinates. I invite you to a free coaching consultation call through which we take our conversation ahead. That's it for today. Thank you, and I'll talk to you soon.